What up, y'all? This is Jimmy Dukes reporting for KFL. We're here standing next to this handsome man, Mr.
Aziz Kesbeh.
Kesbeh. I love that last name, man. Where are you from?
I'm Palestinian. I'm from Palestine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that name. So you do have to come in and playing some crazy music to share the opponent?
Yeah, I'm looking through a playlist right now and see what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time and coming and talk to me, man. We got a fight coming up for you. It's gonna be your welterweight debut.
Yes, sir. Yeah, welterweight 170.
Nice. So do you have, what is your prior combat experience before this?
So I trained for about 3.5 years. So I did 2 years in 2014 and 2015, and then I stopped for school, and then I came back, started up again at SVG, and now I'm on. I'm coming up on 4 years now.
Yeah.
Did one jiu-jitsu tournament, and then I did one exhibition Muay Thai fight.
So you've been training for over 4 years, and then you recently started, getting into for some exhibitions. Like, what made you decide to kind of switch over to kind of like more than just casual training than to actually start fighting?
I think the influence of being around teammates that also competed. I was training at SVG for a few months, and then I skipped the first Primal exhibition. I didn't know if I was going to want to compete when I first started training, and then I just saw how much fun everybody else had, and I was like, well, now I'm having FOMO, so I just signed up for an exhibition match, and I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And then it was kind of just like uphill from there, and I guess I'm just kind of seeing how far into it I'm going to get before it's time for me to like actually stop.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah, so talk about that mentality. I mean, that you're talking about, doing the smokers, having an exhibition, being around the type of people, like, talk about your mentality, like going up into this debut.
You definitely have to have, you got to toughen up for sure. I mean, like, because you're stepping into a cage with somebody who's going to try to rip your head off, right? It's not like, this isn't a sparring match, and it definitely takes a little bit of getting used to kind of get into that mindset, because I wasn't always like that, right? But it's one of those things where I've kind of trained myself to daydream about this, nonstop. Like, how am I going to start this fight? How am I going to finish it? When do I want to finish it? What is he going to do? Right? I've been watching film on his fight. I've been watching film on mine. And just trying to like fill in any gaps that I might have. Think about whatever mistakes that I might have, and just going into training. I don't no ego, no nothing. Just go in there, try to learn whatever I can. I don't care if I get my ass kicked. I get my shit rocked all the time. Ask any of these guys. They've caught me with anything under the sun. They've gotten me with it. Just go and making sure I stay in the mentality of like, just learn as much as you can before this fight. And that's kind of like where I'm at right now.
Yeah. So talk about your teammates. I know a lot of your teammates, you were saying that, hey, being around those type of guys gets you in the mode. I know when I train and I see the guys that are competing for jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, and like getting them around them, it just kind of gets me kind of like going too. I'm like, all right, man, these guys are doing it too. Maybe I should sign up and shit. So talk about, your teammates, the gym culture, and how that's helped you mentally in preparing for this debut.
Yeah, I mean the culture at SVG is definitely it's like a brotherhood, man. Everyone takes care of each other in sparring. There's not a lot of ego around. It was the only place. It was the first place that I like went out to try when I first wanted to start training here in El Paso. And after that, I just had one free class with Coach Rick, and I was like, this is it. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm chilling. Everyone it's very detail oriented at SVG. Everyone, like Coach Rick, Coach Lamar, they're very focused on like the details, and I think that's what kind of sets us apart from a lot of the other like fighters at least that I've seen. I don't know much about other gyms because I've never been, but I feel like that's something that I was always looking for when I wanted to train, because if I want to learn something, I want to learn it right. On top of that, we've always taken good care of each other. We always push each other, right? And other than that, like, it's been uphill from there ever since I started at SVG.
That's awesome to hear, because I know that being around certain type of people bring that out of you. You're talking about being so calm and getting ready for this, but being around those type of people and they see different things in you, especially coaching staff and usually fighters that have been fighting. They're like, hey man, we can see you doing something, so they don't want to ever stray you wrong to set you up for failure if they didn't think you were ready for this.
Oh yeah, definitely not. I mean, I hear it all the time out of Coach Lamar. Like, if anybody is about to skip practice, they'll threaten to pull them off the card like right away if they're not if they're not taking it seriously, because it's serious. I mean, you're getting in there and you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to embarrass yourself either. And coaches are putting their time in to help make sure that we're like sharp. And you got to do your part too, yeah. Right? And so again, it's like it's a place where you're held accountable and people are keeping you honest, and that's I don't think that's pretty hard to find. You know?
That's awesome, man. And I appreciate you taking the time. Before we get out of here, you want to have any shout outs? You want to say anything before December 7th, KFL 2?
Yeah, man, shout out to my teammates and my coaches, Coach Lamar, Coach Rick, and all the guys that are fighting out of SVG. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna kill it.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for your time. Good luck, man. Wish you the best, bro. Thank you.